What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the other side of the Firewall podcast. We're talking about the latest and greatest in cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight the movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers. Those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes.
What's up? What's up?
And Chris Abacon.
What's going on, everybody?
What's going on? So welcome to Friday's episode. So on Monday and Tuesday are our topics. Wednesday, discussion. Thursdays, Ask CISP. I have one of those coming up, and I'm recording another one tomorrow. So you should have a few of those starting to roll out. And then Friday, just like today's, everything else, movies, books, games, all that cool stuff. But without further ado, Shannon, how was your week?
It was good, man. The beginning of the week was my birthday, so I was out with the family.
Yeah.
Did
Happy birthday, man.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. So it was just we went out for lunch. You know, I didn't want to take up everybody's day, you know, like, hey, come by the house and let's do some stuff and hang out.
No, Shannon, it's your day. You take up everybody's day.
Exactly.
You make them celebrate you.
Look, I've told you this before. I forget about it until the family reminds me. Really, you know what I mean? I got a friend. My wife and I have a mutual friend we went to high school with. That her birthday is a week before mine. So like when I wish her a happy birthday, I'm like, oh yeah, mine's coming up too. You know what I mean? That's when I remember if the family doesn't say anything. But they're usually pretty good about saying something about it. But no, it was. We just went out, did hibachi for lunch, man. And like, you ever see those movies where it's like somebody sitting back and looking at everybody? Like it kind of goes in slow-mo and like everybody's around. And I'm just like it was an enjoyable time. My heart felt good, right? All my children were there, you know, my wife is there. My sister-in-law is there. You know, she lives in town with us too. So it was good. It was a good time. Just leaning back like, yeah, I like this. You know what I mean?
What song was playing in the soundtrack of your life?
You know, I didn't have a song planned. You know what I mean? It would probably be something that's not proper for the podcast, but you know,
some Clips music.
Yeah, you know, it's
Pusha T rapping.
You know,
it's like that don't fit.
Yeah, I was just adding to my playlist the other day. I was like, I added some Benny the Butcher. You know what I mean? So like, I was like, all right,
man, that don't fit.
Yeah. So I was like. No, it was just, I don't know, man. It warmed my heart to see it, right? Family being around and us just hanging out for a little bit. We did a little bit of cake there at the hibachi spot, you know what I mean? Ice cream cake. And I gave the rest to the staff. I was like, look, if y'all want some, like, here you go. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't touch this portion that's left. Y'all go ahead and enjoy yourselves. But it was good. It was a fun time. When it came to media watching, watch the last episode of Reacher. I don't know how this guy's going to get out of this season. I don't know if you guys are caught up on it, but
how he's going to do it.
How is he going to make it work? I don't know. But it's just everything is getting too close. But that's movie magic, right? They always make it to where they'll make it out alive. Maybe, I don't know. This could be the last season. He might die at the end. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't follow the books to know how many books are left to be written,
right?
Seasons to be filmed, right? But no, it's an interesting. It's an interesting season for sure. So watch that. Been watching stuff with the wife, man. What did we watch that came back on? Dr. Odyssey. That was a show that we were watching that we watched again. I'm kind of like, you know what I mean? Like it gets to a point in these shows, and I'm to the point now where I can predict it, where I'm like, they're going to go this route, and I don't like that, right? Like it's going to be less of the stuff that I liked about the show that you started out with, and then it's more of the drama of this is how life happens and stuff like that, right? And I'm like, I don't care about that. You know what I mean? Like, let me see somebody, you know, do something crazy, you know, but some people may like it. I'm kind of like, whatever, you know, my wife can tell because like, she'll look over and I'll be like on my phone doing something or whatever, but we're together, right? I guess that's the point is that we're both together. You know, one of us may not be watching the show, but just knowing that the other one's there, I guess is a good thing.
Right. Spending time.
Yeah, I guess, right? I mean, but watch the last episode of Invincible. If I'm being honest, I need to see more. I hate to ruin this for folks, but
what?
I need to see. No, hear me out. It was action. Okay. It was action. I need to see more Omni-Man and Alan.
Gotcha.
I need more of that. I hate to say this to people, but this last episode better be all Alan, better be all Nolan, like wrecking shop. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I feel like they might come in, but it just depends on how the ending of the last one, how the beginning of the next one is. Because you might get rocked.
Yeah, there's no way. I don't think Mark is going to get his butt handed to him like he has in the past at this point, right?
Right, because he's so much stronger than he was.
He's stronger than he was, and he is not for the BS now. He is like, you know what?
Yeah, he's battle tested.
Enough. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, okay, all right, we gonna make this happen. So yeah, we got to see. And like the thing is, the way that they ended it, not just with that final scene, but even right before that, with the villain of that episode having to contend with what he's contending with, like there's no way he can do it by himself, right? Like everybody, they took a hit this last time out, you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens, but yeah, watch that. But that's pretty much it. Taking in whatever I can with the family, you know, come home. And my daughter, my youngest, so I mess with her too much, I guess, right? Because like I play around with her, and now we have this thing going, we do this little game we play where it's who's the boss of the house, right? So whenever she wants something, like she's like, mom's the boss, right? Mom's older than you and she's the boss, right? Not by much. I'm not trying to put it out there like my wife robbed the cradle or anything. But she's like, mom's the boss. But whenever my wife tells her no to something, I'm like, well, if I was the boss, I would have let you do that. But, you know, whatever. And then it's funny to see her change and be like, well, you could be the boss for this amount of time right now, Dad. Like, oh, can I now? I was like, if I want to be the boss, I want to be the boss all the time. But yeah, it's funny.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, little kids, man. You know that's what they do. But Chris, how about you, man? How was your week?
So really, priority for me really was I've been studying for my CISM exam. I'm actually taking that this upcoming week. So
Okay.
I've gone through like the QAE question bank, which is the official question bank, like for their study guides, you know, gone through all like the appropriate videos and things I've seen. So I feel like I'm ready for it. I'm doing like 2 practice tests, and then like 2 days before the exam, I'm just not going to do anything. I'm not going to do anything.
Let your brain rest.
Let my brain rest. And then when I'll come back to it, you know, I take it Friday afternoon. I'm going to go kill it. Right. So not my first rodeo for these exams, so I should be all right. But yeah, that's been kind of my priority. But on that end, TV wise, we've been on Severance. Severance is outstanding each week. I love it. I love the developments. It's just freaking outstanding, man.
I gotta jump on it.
You know, it's the last 2 episodes you got 2 more weeks. So if you can hold out 2 weeks, you can
binge it. Yeah.
Just binge it. But man, it's awesome. I love watching the episode and then getting on YouTube and Reddit right after and just like getting on the whole theory game about it. I love that aspect of it. It's like, I haven't had that feeling about a show in a while, you know, so it's great. I'm looking, you know, HBO has I love the show Succession, right? I love that type of show where it's just like slow burn, blah, blah. And I'm looking at like starting up on White Lotus. I think White Lotus is like something.
I heard good things about it. Yeah.
I heard really good things about White Lotus. Also, there's a show called Slow Horses on Apple TV that's apparently really good. Gary Oldman's on it. It's apparently like it's a kind of a murder mystery type thing where the main character is played by Gary Oldman, right? He's MI5, but he's like part of MI5. But
something
apparently,
like that. Yeah, it's espionage. Yeah,
espionage, whatever. It's like the British CIA, right? So it's kind of funny too. So it should be good. Let's see. I actually started playing some World of Warcraft the other week, believe it or not. But back in it, it's interesting. I'm actually playing the classic version, not the new ones, just the classic stuff. Yeah, wow, with my brother, right? Because he plays. So it's interesting, like going through these quests again, right? Like I'm playing an orc hunter. Like I love my orcs, right? So, but I'm going through this and I'm like, I don't remember crap, and I'm so slow on this. You know, I'm just like I'm trying to remember how I've used to play this game, and it's pretty cool because everybody in there, everybody in the community is like, I'm sure it's just a bunch of older millennials like me that like in classic, just like, man, I'm like I don't want to play freaking, you know, Fortnite or what the kids are playing. It still feels like it's definitely slower than modern games, and I like that. I'm like, I'm just gonna go do this quest, but it's also slower than modern WoW, right? Modern WoW has like, you go pick up a quest here and just go that way. It'll show you on the map. In this, it's like, nah, dude, you got to read the quest, or you got to have a window open to figure out where you got to go. And there's no flying in this, so you have to actually be deliberate. So it's like it definitely takes advantage of it. I like it. It's fun, right? But I only played, I'm trying to limit myself to like 3 hours a week, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah.
But like at 3 hours a week, it's going to take me forever to get to 60. It's like, there's no way. Like, so it's fun. I'm just playing it very, very casually. I haven't been playing since I've been studying, right? A lot, but after I pass, I'll get back on it maybe a little bit, just as a reward for myself, And And then other than that, nothing really crazy. Been fairly light week. That's been sports. I've been every now and then watching NBA highlights for my Minnesota Timberwolves, who occasionally get a nice win over a big team. Other than that, there's NFL draft coming up soon. What? That's really soon.
Around the corner, yeah.
Yeah, right around the corner. So I've got my trying to do some trades on my dynasty league for fantasy. So we'll see how that goes.
You do the trades this early? You do the trades this early in the?
Dude, there's guys that are like already trade. Hey, I need these. Yeah, there's guys on my fantasy that
because yours is continuous, right, or something.
Yeah,
like
so it's like I'm a GM, right? So I like that because it's like
it's so early in the season. Like you said, right? The draft is around the corner. You haven't drafted, so you don't see what these team needs are. You don't know if somebody else is going to draft somebody that may lessen the availability of someone, right? That's
a true statement.
Like, it's crazy to do it this early, to me anyway, right? That's wow.
No, yeah, but it's just trading picks. Like, I want this position for some current players and all that stuff.
So you're not trading the actual players, you're trading like
picks or players, right? It depends. Yeah, some of them like to give it trades. Yeah, for sure, man. But it's supposed to be a good draft class for running backs, right? And I desperately need running backs. I don't have a chain. All the other running backs are like, nah, man. Yeah, really, really slow for me. So that's all I got.
That's not bad though. Slow is good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Summer's right around the corner, kind of in Florida anyway. It goes straight from winter to summer. So for me, let's see. So I've been watching Invincible, so I'm all caught up on that, loving it. It's going to be like, hopefully they get back sooner rather than later, right? Because you're going to get the last episode, you'll be like, oh, that's crazy, and then you got to wait. Hopefully not 2 years for the next one. They say it's going to be faster, churn them out. So I'm hopeful. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about this last episode. We're watching a show on HBO called The Pit. It's a medical show. I like it. It's very, very realistic, right? It's like, if you watch any of those other Grey's Anatomy and stuff like that, they get a little fantastical sometimes. But this one is, every episode's an hour, kind of like 24. So, like, the first episode is 7 o'clock. Yeah. So I've watched 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. And they're just going through, and you're learning about new characters. They have interns. But what always blows my mind about these medical shows is the swiftness, because they're in the ER environment, right? They call it the pit. The pit is the ER. They have issues getting beds upstairs because it's a whole money constraint thing. So they're kind of showing the politics of healthcare and how all that stuff pans out. And then it has like little side stories, right? Like, kid comes in, is unresponsive, like what's actually wrong with the kids? So they're kind of talking to the parents, trying to figure out what happened to him, because the tests they've run show that he should be waking up, but he's not. Or like the one kid, he brought in his grandmother, but she actually was not sick. She was pretending because of something that's going on with him, and she wanted him to be seen. So it was like, how do I get him in an environment where we can lock him down, basically? Just stuff like that. So, or like one guy, they haven't really gone too much into him, but he got shot. So they called it the homeboy drop off. Like the van pulls up in the emergency, like that little cul-de-sac they always make for the emergency vehicles, and dumps him out and then drives off because he's been shot. So stuff like that. It's like building up as they go through these people. Another dude died in the hallway. They thought he was fine. So like there's an intern dealing with that because he didn't catch it. So far, so good. I like it. But no, what I always blow up my mind is just the terminology, how quickly they come out with it. I don't know if that's realistic or not. I assume so. But how they would like push so many cc's of fluid and yada, yada, yada as people come in. So they do a lot of that. I'm just like, is that realistic?
But they have
how quickly to respond?
They have medical consultants on these shows all the time, right? Like, I imagine they're giving the real deal. They have a doctor of some sort that's like,
right,
this is what you would do.
They're probably giving extreme examples like, yeah, it's possible within, this time frame. And they're like, I want it in the shortest time frame. And that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, you say these words in this order.
Exactly.
You're going to grab this thing before you grab that thing. So I'm sure they do a lot of training and stuff like that, which, and again, if that's realistic, it really blows my mind. I couldn't be in that environment. Math is not my thing. You get some fewer fluid from me. You got to deal with it, right? And they'd be like, yo, he's got to go.
Your malpractice insurance would be through the roof to where you'd be out of the field.
Right, like he's uninsurable. Get him out of here. So, but yeah, I really am enjoying it. So I'm a little bit behind, so I probably won't catch up till the series is done. Then The Last of Us Season 2 drops April. So excited about that. And then with my wife, we're on the last episode of the first season. So I'm about to jump to the second season of Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon.
Nice.
So very excited. So we're kind of getting through that. We watch like 1 or 2 episodes, per session or what have you. And then we're almost done with the Amazing Race. I think they're down to like the last 4 people or something like that from the last season of the Amazing Race. And then it'd be time to start Survivor, man. You got these family shows. Like we watch Survivor together as a family. So that is either just kicked off or will be kicking off soon. So we'll definitely check that one out. Game-wise, I played a little bit of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I've been trying to get through it. I'm almost done with this chapter. I'm grinding, right? Like I'm trying to make sure I get as much done as possible because I probably won't play through it again. I'm already at 90 hours, I want to say. I don't think I'm going to have another, like when I get done, it'll probably be like around 120, 125. I'm not going to have another 125 hours to run through it again. So I need to get as much out of it as I can before I move on to the next thing. So enjoying that. It's definitely nostalgic. And then there's a movie I'm going to watch probably tonight. It's not Heretic. Heretic's on HBO. That just dropped. It's another one. It's, oh man, what is it? It'll come back to me, but it's another scary movie that just dropped. And I want to check it out before I jump into Salem's Lot. It's a TV show on HBO. So I definitely want to check out that Stephen King-ness and get that in. So just dabbling.
So have any of you watched the new Daredevil? I don't know if y'all saw that drop.
Oh, yeah. So I watched the first episode. I haven't watched the second one yet.
How is it?
I enjoyed it. Like it jumps right into the action. Like they do a little bit, like, remember these characters? Remember these people? They have some banter. And then it's like, boom. So I think it's going to be as violent, if not more violent than Netflix, which is surprising that they would go that route.
Disney has the mature thing that they put up there a while ago, right? Like, hey, there's mature content on here. As soon as they got the Netflix stuff over.
Daredevil Born Again, right? That's what you're talking about?
Yeah. So they have 2 episodes out right now. I highly recommend. I have not watched the second, so it could fall off a cliff. But if they drop the first 2 at one time, they know what they're doing, right? So it's probably action. And then like the third one will be like, okay, let's build up something or, talk a little bit or what have you.
You don't
or
need,
not.
You don't need to build it up at this point. You're 4 seasons in, right? Like, what are you really doing to build up here?
That's true. They do a little bit of flashbacks to kind of catch you up. But yeah, they're not really holding your hand because like those characters are already in the world. They're already doing what they do. But I think you'll enjoy it. I would definitely recommend that you knock them out. I'm probably watch the second one either tonight or tomorrow. So I'm ready for the third. But yeah, aside from that, man, just hanging out by the pool, trying to relax before it gets too. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up for this episode. So definitely continue to check us out throughout the week. Again, Monday and Tuesday are topics. Wednesday discussion. Thursdays Ask a CISSP. And then Fridays everything else. Movies, books, games, all that cool stuff. If you have not already, check us out on all the platforms we're on. We're on Repton Tech. We're on Heroes Media Group. We have our own YouTube. And we have Facebook, stuff like that. I'm not really caught up on all those things. But YouTube, audio platforms, radio, and public access. So hit us up at all those places. Up all the websites go by our name, The Other Side of the Firewall, The Other Side of FW, or Ask a CSSP. Hit me in person at RY Security Guy. That's RY Security Guy. You can find me pretty much everywhere, but LinkedIn is where I'm most active. And where can I find you, Chris?
You can find me on LinkedIn under my name, Chris Abacon, last name spelled Abacon.
There it is. Stay safe. Stay secure.